and good morning on a Tuesday with Morning Coffee with Marcaida. How's everybody doing today? So today's thought falls on the different anchors of our life. What is it that's holding us back from moving forward to having a better life and not a bitter life? I've said before that martial arts is supposed to make our lives better and not bitter. The same holds for what we're doing every day. Do we ever take the chance to explore what it is that's holding us back to free ourselves of the burden of whatever it is that's holding us back? One of these anchors, if you think of a boat anchor, is holding a grudge. Holding a grudge is human nature. It's found in all of us. But how are we able to move forward by letting go of that grudge? Some of the things to look at that and make it happen is pretty much examine what it is that happened that makes you hold on to that pain or that anger or that need to get back. And the people who've wronged us that you're holding on to, is it a situation you're holding a grudge to? Or is it a person? And a lot of it is a self-examination of that thing. Because in the end, the thing that allows you to free yourself from that anchor is yourself. And by that means letting go and forgiving. Yep, we all have to forgive. The first person you have to forgive is yourself. And you go, myself, wait a minute, what did I do? I was the one being wrong. I'm the victim here. How is it that I have to forgive myself? Well, the idea of that, my teacher says, is that forgiveness is that you have to forgive yourself for putting yourself through this anchor, for letting this anchor take you down the water and drown you. You need to forgive yourself for doing that, because the only one who's always been feeling sick is you. When you have that grudge and anger you're holding on to, you feel that pit in your stomach. Or you could be having a great day and a thought about that grudge, and now you're angry, or now you're pissed, or you've spent so much time torturing yourself. You're not getting back at anybody but yourself. So the first one that you need to forgive is yourself, because then you need to forgive yourself of putting yourself through that, of holding on to that anger and not letting go. And then you can move on to forgive the person or incident that actually did this to you. What? There is no. This person actually did something so vile to me that there is no way that I'm going to forgive them. Number one, when did this happen and how long ago? That person could be different today. You're holding on to, one friend of mine was holding on to a grudge that was happening during his high school years. We're much older now. I'm like, are you kidding me? You guys were teenagers then. Oh no, but he did that to me. It was a very personal thing. Yeah, you were teenagers then. Things change. Things grow up. And that person that you're holding on to a grudge isn't that same person anymore. Maybe it's time to let go. Maybe it's time to forgive. Because forgiving them isn't so much about forgiving them, who is different today, but forgiving that memory, forgiving that time, forgiving that incident so you can move forward. Cut that anchor away. There was actually the same thing happened when there was this issue where this person was telling us a story that this person that it was a task to learn how to forgive, actually killed their parents and tried to murder them. I'm like, wow. And this particular instructor by saying, but yeah, you got to learn to forgive. And even I thought, there is no way you should go and try to forgive this person simply because they lost that right of forgiveness by doing what they did. He goes, you're missing the point. You need to go over there to forgive them because you're really doing it for yourself, not for that person. You're facing them and saying, you know what? Everything that I've held on to, I'm letting it go. And I forgive you for what you've done. And I forgive myself for holding on to this. And then you move forward. Didn't mean that he had to be best friends with that person that they're letting go of. They're just forgiving this whole incident to move forward. Letting that anger, letting that pain all away, saying it's in the past, it's holding me back from living better, and I'm cutting that. Doesn't mean that whoever, they say, you know what, well, if you're going to forgive and move forward, then you haven't learned from your past. This is what I've learned. That's holding me back. By saying forgive doesn't mean I have to continue any relation from learning that if this is a bad relation with that person, I don't need to hang on to that, but I'm forgiving the incident so that I can move forward and be better and no longer bitter. So that I don't have that rock in the pit of my stomach every time I think about that incident or that person. It's something to allow us to move forward, and it begins with you analyzing it and then forgiving yourself for holding on to it, forgiving the person that shows compassion and moving forward. This way, you're no longer bitter and you're going to get better. Some of the ways that you can get through to, a couple of friends of mine are going through some hardships of this particular anger, because this particular incident just keeps on hounding them. And I look back and it goes, you're not going to ever move forward if you don't learn to forgive yourself and forgive that person. Doesn't mean you have to hang on to them or be best buddies or even talk to them. But the incident has to be let go so that you can move forward and you're no longer a bitter person. Live better. Some people, the best vengeance is to live better. How can you live better if you're always bitter? Just a thought for the day. On this Tuesday, strive to find a better life, folks, because you're the only one who can make it happen. You're the only one who can put positivity in everything that you do. You're in charge. It's your life. Here's my cup of joe. Just a thought for today. Let go of those angers. Let go of those anchors that are out there. You're the only one who can cut those ties. Take care.